Hello and welcome back. Hope you're good, doing well. So today we're gonna talk about the dollar yen update, and we can see that we were expecting, on dollar yen. So the analysis is gonna be this one. So we were expecting dollar yen to drop from 145 areas, and we have seen a decent drop from 145, and went up to 138. All right. So this move. So we have seen a decent drop from there to there up to 137, but now and then we were expecting dollar yen to give us a correction and continuation to the downside, right? So if I'm going to look at the lower time frame, in the previous video analysis we were expecting price to hold first of all 1 hour moving averages and then go down. All right, but we clearly can see that the dollar was gaining, all right, ahead of the Fed rate decision tomorrow. All right, so you can see over there. So we were, dollar yen is preparing for the Fed rate decision. So dollar was just gaining ahead of the Fed rate decision, and we had breakup above those moving averages, correction, and another correction. So a lot of things has happened within that move and within this move. Okay, in that move we have seen that the Ministry of Finance from Japan, they were intervening verbally, and they were trying to push the dollar yen lower from 145. And at the same time, we have seen that the data wasn't good in the US. Non-farm payroll and CPI, they dropped. We have seen that wave. But now market is still expecting that we're going to have another 25 basis point hike next week from Fed. Okay, and dollar is just simply pricing in for that. And at the same time, we can see that the Bank of Japan is not happy with the yield curve. All right, so the yield, I'm gonna pull out that yield. There is the yield. So we are having Bank of Japan rate decision as well. So, there were rumors in Tokyo that Bank of Japan may end that yield curve. All right, they may end that, upper band yield curve. But again, we got a news that Bank of Japan is not looking to change that yield curve. We have seen, bond buyings and yields went lower. So Bank of Japan is just simply trying to maintain that yield curve control every time, and we see that the yield is coming close to the upper band. Bank of Japan becoming more dovish, right, and saying that they're gonna keep the ultra loose monetary policy. Then yield goes down, and people start buying the bonds, or even Bank of Japan is also buying the bond. The similar thing is happening every time when, yield is coming closer to the upper band. So similar thing happened again. Yield came close to the upper band, and again, Bank of Japan came out and said that they're going to hold the ultra loose monetary policy. Let me look at the news. The news broke out just a couple of hours ago. There you go. So you can see that the Bank of Japan is set to reach a final decision after viewing the latest data. Bank of Japan, it's likely to discuss yield curve control changes even if there is no tweak. The Bank of Japan is said to view keeping easing as important and aimed progress. So Bank of Japan is said to remain not confident about hitting the price goal table. So we see no major issues in bond market functionality. We continue to see smoothness in the yield curve, right? So we see little need to act on yield curve control for now. That's which is causing the yen to drop again. All right. So within that one tweet, you can see all those things. All right. So the fight actually happening. Not a fight, they know, I mean, it's just, we can say that they are just manipulating the market. So Bank of Japan is saying that Bank of Japan is just simply, trying to maintain that yield curve control. They are trying to push the yields lower every time and yield come closer to that 50 and becoming more dovish, all right? And at the same time, Ministry of Finance, manipulating Forex market. Every time when we see that dollar yen is rising, they come out, Ministry of Finance, they come out and start saying that they are watching the Forex market and may intervene. So we have seen intervention there, we have seen intervention there, and then verbal intervention there. Okay, now they come out again, the Ministry of Finance, they come out again and saying the same thing again they have said in the past. So if I'm going to look at this, so Japan's top currency diplomat Kanda, we are watching the Forex market with a sense of urgency. Yeah, sense of urgency means that they can intervene at any time. They can sell dollars. Okay, and the way they sold dollars back in, all right, back in November and October, and we have seen an intervention within these areas, or there, and there. So they are not happy. Minister of Finance is not happy. So they said that they are watching, and Japan's top currency diplomat Kanda declines to comment about the currency situation. All right, so there you can see watching Forex market with sense of urgency. We see the market speculation over the probability of Bank of Japan shift. So they are actually trying to, push their currency higher, while the Bank of Japan is, playing with the yield curve control. So both are actually manipulating the market. Bank of Japan is manipulating the yield curve control, and Ministry of Finance, they are worried about their weaker currency. So what we can expect, guys, the point here, what we should expect, we simply should expect again this similar thing, all right? So once we're going to see that the dollar yen gonna come closer, there is possibility that the dollar yen can pass that top, all right? We are having Fed rate decision, we are having Bank of Japan, and Bank of Japan is simply saying that they are not going to change the policy rate, all right? And or they are not going to change the policy. So Fed may hike for another time, and there is a good chance that dollar yen still can visit that previous high. All right, and again, we may see verbal intervention from the Ministry of Finance. So what we should follow, either we should follow the Bank of Japan, or we should follow the Fed, or we should follow the Ministry of Finance. So we should follow the Ministry of Finance. Okay, they have got more power than the Fed or than the Bank of Japan simply. All right, even if Bank of Japan is not going to change the policy, Ministry of Finance, they can come out, they can sell dollars. All right, they can say that we are going to intervene into the market. Once they're going to come out, they're going to intervene in the market, we're simply going to see sell-off like that, all right? So breakdown, aggressive sell-off. So that's what we are watching and waiting for. So right now, I don't see that the dollar yen is going to drop. Okay, there is no reason, all right? So all set for the dollar yen to just continue to keep pushing more higher. So let the dollar yen continue to keep pushing more higher, all right? We may see price can tag that, or even slightly can push more higher. And then again, we may see, verbal intervention from the Ministry of Finance is already intervening verbally. We can see that. Okay, they are not happy for the falling dollar. Japan top diplomat Kanda says that there is some expectations. Yeah, so there we can see that. Okay, so they are watching. They said that they are watching currency diplomat Kanda. The Bank of Japan makes judgment based on the closure. So we see the market speculation over the probability of the Bank of Japan. So watching Forex market with sense of urgency. There you can see that. So I'm not anticipating a big move on the dollar yen for upside, as we can see that the manipulation is going on. Okay, so what we need to do is Fed to give us a permanent pause in Fed in hiking cycle. All right, that's going to be a good for the yen and dollar to drop for longer term, and yeah, Ministry of Finance to just keep communicating with the market and saying that they are watching. All right, so we are watching too. So what you are watching is just simply let this to push more higher, and once you see that the breakout is coming, you are looking for the breakout to come. Okay, so the higher the dollar yen goes, the other trade is you can buy it, but I wouldn't suggest you to buy dollar yen, as this currency is being manipulated right now. So you are watching the other dollar pairs, like you watching the dollar yen, euro dollar going down, all right, or the dollar CAD. You can see buying opportunity over there. Okay, and once you see that the breakout comes here on the dollar yen, you start looking for this to break down and longer term play to the downside. Okay, so I'll update if I'll see that the dollar yen is breaking down. But right now it's gone back to the top. All right, going to pushing back to the top, and still can continue to keep pushing more higher. Okay, as long as price stay above those moving averages, 1 hour moving averages. Okay, now we are having the trend. Okay, so correct back and push more higher, correct back and push more higher, correct, and the way price keep correcting, keep pushing more higher, and once that trend break down aggressively, you are looking it to continue to keep pushing more lower. Thank you.